Greetings, Facebook, Internet, YouTube, halfmeasuresroom.com. This is Oliver, your host here on Sunday night, like normal, to bring y'all more stuff about recovery. Tonight we're going to be covering the last step in the 12-step program. But before we get to that, I'll talk a little about what's going on with me. I've had another busy week, full weekend. Lots of kid stuff going on. I obviously inside again. It's not super cold out there, and it's not rainy. But again, I just filled up the evening, afternoon, and it got dark, and I just didn't know where to go with the laptop to be or it's bright enough. As you can see, it's kind of dark in here. I use this different effect on the computer to lighten things up. I was on my way home from dropping my daughter off, and I saw some Christmas lights, and I was like, man, I really could have done the vlog there underneath the Christmas lights. That would have been really cool. And I thought about maybe stopping by there tomorrow evening and doing this, but I didn't want to put this past one more day, like I normally do this on daily routines. So, let's see, I think that brightens things up a little bit. You can see my closet too. But yeah, my daughter had this Lego League Championship thing going on, so I did that on Saturday. That was kind of cool. It's where they these teams put these Legos together for these crawlers, like these little vehicles, and they have certain arms and clips and things like that to go through these obstacle courses on this platform, and it's all programmed. The machine that runs on these wheels that's made out of Legos has this computer that's programmed to go to certain spots and turn and do certain things with the arms, and it's really neat to watch them do all that. But that was something that took up the day Saturday. Today I wanted to get the kids outside and do some stuff, so we went to the skate park and everything. My knees aren't feeling so good. Last time I went to the park, I slammed a few times on my knees and hurt them pretty bad. Wearing the helmet, just didn't have the pads, so I got some pads and I wore those today and had a pretty good time. Knees still aren't feeling great, but had the knee pads in case I did fall, I could land on my knees. Another reason I wanted to do this tonight is I've got this MacBook. I need to send some stuff via email from my PC to the MacBook here, and I've only got one. I've got two email. Actually, I've got three email accounts. One of them's for Gmail. One's for the company I work for right now, and the other one is through Half Measures Room. I didn't want to use the work one for personal reasons, so I figured I'd have to use the Half Measures Room one. And I've only got I've got two accounts for Half Measures Room. I've got one's HostGator, which is the who hosts my webpage, and I can go and look at all the data and who's been viewing it, where they're from, and how long they were on the site checking things out. And it also has the email where I can look through the email. The other site I use for Half Measures Room is WordPress, which actually makes the visuals you see on the web page. It's not the hosting site. It's just the visual stuff, the graphical user interface. And I need to go and make some changes to the WordPress stuff. I get a lot of spam. There's actual comment boxes where you can comment, which these comments are sent to me via email, and I can view them not through the email. The email just gives me a showing, an advance saying, hey, you've been commented on WordPress, and then I go to WordPress as my admin, and I can look at the comments and see what people said. And the majority of the stuff is all it's all spam. People trying to sell shoes or clothes or jewelry and stuff like that. and I hate to say this, but most of it comes from China, and some of it's not in English, the spam stuff. And I just want to get rid of that. I just want to get rid of the comment boxes. I want to be able to use my email more, because if people send me stuff via email, it's really hard for me to look through thousands of emails of these spam to find real emails. So when I have some time, I'm going to sit down and look at WordPress and see if there's any other um, you know pages that I can use without the comment boxes. That way, and just have at the bottom, a link for people to email me. Um, but I just don't have time to do that tonight. I don't know when I'm gonna have time, but so I may not be doing this vlog every week. I'm still not sure yet. I do want to get back to the blogging someday. Sit down and write. I just thought the vlog was a good thing. I could do this weekly, whereas the blogging I was only doing it maybe twice a month, once a month, and just want to make some changes. With me, things have been kind of hectic at work. I'm still not real happy with the job, but it's a temporary thing. Hopefully things will get better, or I'll find a new job that's paying better and has better tasks, and better employees that I work around. With everything else, I been making the meetings, been reading my book, been talking to guys. What was that was school. I've changed from I just ended my basic class and I started my C# class, so I had to get a different Visual Basic text editor because my trial period had ended. So that's what I'm going to be doing after I log off this video. I'm going to be going to do the school stuff. I don't have any sponsees. The two guys I was working with have stopped working with me, but there's still a couple guys that I keep in touch with on a weekly, sometimes daily basis. That are in the program and doing well and have about the same sobriety time as I do. But my weekends is pretty much just all family. I don't really go to any meetings or anything like that over the weekend. That stuff's done during the week, because my weekends are just full with the kids and the family. Weekly is for me is work and meetings, and just daily things. There are certain daily things that I do, whether it's a weekday or a weekend. In my mornings. I think I've talked about this with the prayers and the meditation and the not the writing, but the inventory type stuff. In the evenings, I really need to pick up a better pace with the inventory stuff. There are certain questions I ask myself, but I don't go through that list like I've talked about. So that's something that should be and can be improved. I was at a meeting earlier this week, and the topic was talking about half measures, which I thought was funny. It just really brought to mind my website, which that's something I want to talk about later on after we get through these steps. Is this page and the profile I have at Facebook, and the reason why I chose the name Half Measures Room. There's a number of different reasons. I shared in that meeting, and I don't really do that a whole lot anymore. I don't really share in meetings that much. I try to listen as best I can. But the topic really brought to mind. That they talk about doing the first step 100%. That's the only step that we can do 100%. And I like to think that we should put 100% into all the steps. But no one is able to work this program fully to its full potential. I don't believe it can work all 12 steps to 100%. If we could, we would be saints. And we are not saints. There's always going to be some area in our program and our recovery that we are at fault in or not doing as well in, and something we need to improve. And that's why I think that the fellowship is really important. And steel on steel, if if you're still not familiar with that, I'll be talking about that in the future. I've got a vlog, a blog on Steel on Steel. You can also go to rumradio.org, and there's a blog that I wrote there. That's on Steel on Steel, or you can go to xaspeakers.org and look up Steel on Steel, and there's the documents that you need to start your own Steel on Steel group. And there's also audio that you can listen to, like a speaker tape of the two guys that started Steel on Steel. But Steel on Steel is really for people that have worked through the steps already, and want to continue this work. So moving on to the 12th step, the reading that I've gone through most in my sobriety. It mostly talks about working with others, which it is. That's a big part of the 12th step. But I really think there are 3 parts to 12 step, and one of them is carrying this message to others. The other one is having the spiritual experience, which I picked this up. The spiritual experience for me is realizing that our higher power is the one that's keeping us sober, that's providing us with what we need to remain sober and to change, to improve things. Because and this is something I've talked about probably here on the vlog app, but I shared in the meeting earlier this week. We talked about half measures was elimination of our drinking, elimination of our drug use is just the beginning, folks. If that's all we needed to improve life as we know it and to change how things are going, we really need this program. There's so much more that needs to be done after I'm able to stop the drinking and the drug use. There's so many reasons why I chose to pick up in the first place. It's not just because I'm an allergic type. That's not the only reason why. There were times where I was unhappy and I drank and used. There were times where I was joyous and celebrating. There were times where I was bored and just didn't have anything else to do. I just didn't like sobriety. I didn't like being sober. I liked changing the way I felt, and using drugs and using alcohol was the quickest way I knew how to do that, and it was really a solution to a lot of the problems that I had. So this spiritual experience for me was coming to the realization and knowing and seeing how my higher power is working in my life and how it's changing. But I'll give you some better examples here out of this. This book has I don't even know who wrote this. Off the top of my head, I can't really think of who wrote this, but it says that we have this immediate and overwhelming God consciousness. Like I said, where we are aware of this higher power working in our lives and making changes. And it's followed at once by a vast change in feeling and outlook. This has nothing to do with using drugs and alcohol like I've done. I found a new way to change my feeling and how I see things. And it's an honest way, a true way, and it's something real and something that continues. It's not something that just happens for a couple hours and then it's over with. This continues and gets better. Profound alteration and reaction to life. All these promises come true. These promises you may have hear people reading in meetings, they start coming true by the time we reach that 12th step. The way we react to life has changed. I'm going to go ahead and read. This is a chapter called "A Vision for You," and for a long time, I didn't really understand the purpose behind this chapter, but the more I looked into the history of the 12 steps and this program and everything, the more I understood what the meaning of this chapter, the purpose of it was, and why it's called a vision for you. When the 12 steps first began, there was only 2 meetings in the world, and they were only maybe a few hundred miles apart. They were very close to each other, within just a state away, and they were trying to reach out to the rest of the nation, the rest of the world, on the solution they found to the alcohol drug problem through these 12 steps. And that's what this vision for you is all about. Is passing the information on to people that didn't have meetings in the area. But we've got meetings all over the place now, and then there are some people that don't have meetings close to them, or if they do, there's just a couple, and they may not meet every day, and or if they do meet a day every day, it's just once a day. Where I live in the metroplex of Austin, Texas, where there's meetings all over the place and all hours of the day and the night. We've got a couple groups that are 24 hours, but there are some places that aren't like that, and that may be why you're using the internet a lot, which I understand that, and I don't complain or argue with that. You're doing the best you can. I know people have jobs, and some people work all nights and aren't able to make meetings during the day every day like they want to. But I think that's what this vision for you is about. But I don't want to read into that chapter about the 12 steps because that's something that people read all the time. So I just want to read a couple paragraphs out of this and see if this fits the object here. It says, we have shown how we've got out from under. You may say, oh wait, no, that's not the one I want to read. Yes, there is a substitute. Substitute for liquor and drugs. A substitute, and it is vastly more than that. It is a fellowship and 12 steps. There you will find release from care, boredom, and worry. Your imagination will be fired. Life will mean something at last. The most satisfactory years of your existence lie ahead. Thus we find the fellowship, and so will you. And I think, like I said, that really kind of relates to what I was saying. I just need to have a new family, a new way of, not just a way of living, but the people in my life need to change. It's something that's talked about. When people first come into our meetings and approach the first step, we just need to stop hanging out with the people we have and start hanging out with new people. And I want to be with people that are of the same likeness, and that are doing the same things in their life. Because the 12-step work, it really goes far from, at the beginning, it's more about myself and trying to change myself. And once that's started taking place, it's time for me to start thinking of others and how I can best help meet their needs. And that's part of my prayer in the morning. I think about a lot of people and asking my higher power to show me how to help them. Or if there's no way for me to help them, then ask my higher power to do what is best to provide for them. Let me go ahead and read this other paragraph. I like this. It says, it may seem incredible to those men are to become happy, respected, and useful. Wait. Once more, how can they rise out of such misery, bad repute, and hopelessness? The practical answer is that since these things have happened among us, they can happen with you. Should you wish them above everything else and be willing to make use of our experience, we are sure they will come. The age of miracles is still with us. Our own recovery proves that. And that's another reason why I think the fellowship is very important, because I can have these problems, these issues that I think are so personal. And if I'm open and talk to other people that I trust, that have stayed sober longer than I have, and gone through more than they can show me what they've done to meet the same needs. And my sponsor is really good at that. And if he doesn't have an answer, if he hasn't gone through the same problem that I'm going through currently, he knows plenty of other people that may or may not have, and he can point me towards them. So the fellowship is very important. I think that's something that working with others is clued into. So we got this spiritual experience, this working with others, and then this practicing these principles in all our affairs. And these steps all have principles, of honesty and willingness and open-mindedness and things of that nature. So it's best for me to just continue the work. Just because these steps are numbered, which is something that I'm not real happy with. I understand why they're numbered. They need to be worked in order. But I guess I don't like that they're numbered, because we don't get to step 12 and we're done. We continue this work. And it says it right there in the 12th step. We practice these principles in all our affairs, because, now that the elimination of the drinking and the drugging has taken place, we have a number of other issues that need to be dealt with in the same manner. there may be a number of other things that I do to change the way I feel and how I think. Something that I've improved upon and made a difference in this time around in sobriety is talking to others about decisions I make before I go ahead and take the action. And I did that with my wife about something that's going on with me recently. Currently, I talked to her last night about it. About am I going to be making the right decision if I do this? And she agreed. Whereas I've made lots of mistakes this round, especially in early sobriety or right before I drank. I just wasn't talking to people about things before I did them, and it causes a lot of damage, and may lead to drinking and using again if I don't change that behavior. So try to be as open and honest as you can with others in the fellowship or in your family that know what you're going through and that you trust, and what will tell you to do the right thing. I've reached that 20-minute mark. I was thinking about what to do as far as the link underneath. That's something that's been hard for me to come up with the past few times I've done this vlog. But the more I thought about it today, I was thinking about what the 12 step, what we can do to be of service to others. And if you're using the internet a lot, if you're not able to make meetings as much as you can because of work or whatever, or you're ill, or you just don't have a lot of meetings in your area, there's some other things that you can do to be of service. And somebody I know that I've met through Half Measures Room has done this, and it's something I'm doing currently. Is writing a letter and staying in contact with someone, via a real letter where you write stuff out and send them to someone that's in prison that may have a drug or alcohol problem. With me, it's someone that I was related to in the past. It's a old brother-in-law of mine who's got a bad drug problem, and he's wanting to stop, and he wanted to talk to me about it because he knew that I've been in the program. I've been in recovery for many years, and he was wanting to talk for me to write back and forth to him, and so that's what I do. And it's kind of the same thing I do with this vlog. I kind of tell him what's going on with me today, and then I also talk about step work and what I'm doing in the program to remain sober with recovery. So I'm going to go ahead. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to find a web page that has information on how to write these people. And I'm sure it's not something where you want to give them your address, especially if you don't know them personally. But I'm sure there's going to be a way to where you can write back and forth with someone that's in prison, or maybe that's in a treatment center. I don't know. But I'm gonna find a website and put a link underneath the video here on the Half Measures Room page. And I'm looking forward to talking to y'all again. We've reached the end of the 12 steps. I don't know what the next vlog's going to be on. I don't know when I'll see y'all next. But it'll be within the next couple weeks. Or I may see y'all again next Sunday. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But look forward to it. And hope y'all have a great winter so far.